These injuries happen in a millisecond. Non-contact injuries are about exposure to mechanisms of injury. These mechanisms are abrupt pressure applied in the incorrect moment of time on a faulty position. This incorrect moment of time is a huge component to this because, again, the injury happens in a millisecond. It doesn't necessarily mean these positions are bad. It's just they're bad when they are loaded. And when you teach somebody to behave in a manner that teaches them incorrect loading at the improper moment of time, that's where you increase somebody's exposure to a mechanism of injury, that when they repetitively do that out in the field of play, it becomes a matter of time before the actual injury itself occurs. Things to note. Number one of the biggest things for the ACL is planting a lot of pressure down into the heel. Once you fixate the heel to the ground, you limit the body's ability to rotate significantly. If that heel is up off the ground, that foot can pivot and swivel around, and all of a sudden rotation becomes much easier. That foot and ankle tib-fib complex becomes locked, rigid in place, and there's where you get the twist that happens. Combine that with a foot that's outside of the base of support, which will happen. There's a thought out there that we're supposed to limit that in our athletes. If you've been involved in any sort of athletic that requires you to change directions, you understand that getting your foot outside of your base of support is extremely advantageous to change directions quickly and beat your defender. At the femur, and the other thing I like about this is you can see the sock and the shoelaces all collapsing down and in. So those two markers, the lines on the socks and the shoe, as well as the pants, show you the twist. They show you the mechanism of injury when you slow it down. So going back to those plyometric videos, why do you think I coach somebody to keep the shoelaces level or parallel with the ground, or the sock level or parallel with the ground? That cue is intended for a specific purpose. Okay, so now we're going to shift from a ligament rupture to a tendon rupture. Tendon ruptures, again, are no different. They happen in a millisecond of time, but it's more of a stiffness issue. This is, again, why strength will only take you so far in the prevention equation, is because strength is more visco. It's not elastic. There's no impact with strength training. Plyometric training creates stiffness to better avoid the hyperstretch from occurring, but again, there's still some technique and coordination, or how you cue an exercise, or what the body position is in, that is also important, so that you don't load an excessive amount of pressure in a poor position. Right there, slow-mo happens. We can see clear as day the mechanism of injury. What is occurring is the knee is straightening and the heel is dropping. What does that do? It creates a ballistic stretch through the Achilles tendon and gastroc. The behavior of the heel going down. Where is the athlete trying to go? They're trying to move forward. Would it not make sense that the heel should be lifting up as they drive forward? Your impact is down and back, but once you apply that impact, that heel should remain still. And again, the body travels forward, so you should see that heel lifting and moving forward with the athlete, not down and back.